Good evening. Today we'll be drinking beer, and this is a fresh one. I just got back from the store 30 minutes ago or so, and hadn't seen this one before. This is called Tempelier, and it's produced by the same brewery that does Corsendonk. Actually, it's called CorsendonkTempelier. I don't know if I've had Corsendonk. I think I have maybe once or twice, but it is a fairly popular beer, at least over here, and it's supposed to be one of the better ones. So it's interesting that this is a brand new offering from someone who's doing good established beers. So we'll see what we get. It is a Belgian ale, so it's the same style I had yesterday, and the one that I raved about being a Orval knockoff. So a little pressure on this one. This is a 6% beer, and that's about it. It's brewed and bottled in Belgium, apparently. Yep, so let's go ahead and get to it. The smell I'm getting right now is kind of like apple juice. And this is a much darker beer than the one yesterday, and it's got some very active bubbly going on, like a champagne almost. And you can see it's got a very solid head. I wasn't quite able to get everything in there, so don't know what that means. I'm just commenting, observations. So yeah, color's nice. Seems dark for just a plain Belgian ale. And again with the bubbles. Apple juice. It's funny, I can smell it back here, but then when I get closer, it's more just like regular yeast flavor. But I'm sticking with my original apple juice observation. All right, let's take a gulp, shall we? All right, well, I can confirm one thing. I want to go ahead and say that I was a little worried that the reason I thought yesterday's beer tasted so much like Orval was just because I'm not very well educated, and in fact that's just what a Belgian ale tastes like. But that is not the case, because this one, it doesn't taste anything like that. So I stand by my assessment that yesterday's beer was a Orval knockoff. This one tastes completely different. It's good. It's got a familiar taste, like a different style to me, but I can't quite place it. It's got a fairly nice, I'd say what this one has that yesterday's did not, and that's I guess more stick-to-itiveness at the end. It finishes, and there's kind of a little bit of bitter at the end, and that probably, my guess is, comes from the fact that this is a established brewery versus the one yesterday. As far as I can tell, they're just kind of getting started. So this one, I think, is a more well-rounded flavor. I'm not saying I necessarily prefer this one to yesterday's, but it seems to have a more sophisticated, fuller flavor, I guess, sort of thing. or maybe it's just it's got a much stronger carbonation, and that's what's sort of pushing it through to the end. Because I mean, it's still, the head has not gone down very much, so that's definitely a big difference. Let's see if we can get the rest of it in there. Pardon. I'm gonna blame that on the extreme carbonation. Yeah, what else do I want to say about this? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have any, for me, it doesn't have any distinguishing flavors that I can pull out. It's got good, yeasty, bitter, carbonated flavor. It's a good beer. I'd drink it again for sure. Yeah, I think my score is a, what's missing from this beer? Perhaps that the initial flavor is not as good. It's more like you get the aftertaste first. Normally with an aftertaste, it's okay to have it be sort of bitter, sour, or something at the end, but in the beginning it's nicer to have a little bit more smoother, sweet type of taste. This one, it's like the whole thing is the type of flavor you get with an aftertaste. But I would say that I would give this a even B. Give it a B. Good solid B. Giving it a B.